Kia ora everyone, it's Chris here from the Bayleys Insights team. This quick roundup of the biggest news in real estate over the past week. So first up we had the OCR reduction. So the Reserve Bank reduced the OCR from 4.25 to 3.75%. Some of the themes in the announcement was that the economy remains pretty subdued, inflation back in that target range, but the global economy also looking a bit fragile. And so obviously they've reduced rates in response. In terms of interest rates, what we've seen is that some of the banks have moved on those short-term, like 6 and 12-month rates, so bringing them down a little bit. But your longer-term rates, like your 3 and 5-year fixed rates, have been pretty stable. And it appears at this point that the banks have pretty much priced in the future reductions on those ones, so they might be a little bit stable for the time being. Overall, good for the market, although the market's still a bit cautious at the moment, just around where things are at, particularly with the economy. Also in the news this week, we had the latest housing market stats from the Real Estate Institute. So these were the housing market sales stats for January 2025. Now in these results, we found that sales counts were up on the same time last year, although still a little bit quieter than we would have seen like pre-pandemic. House prices were also down very slightly, although over the past sort of year, things have been basically moving sideways. And what we suspect is happening there is that although interest rates are coming down, which is good for the market, there's still a lot of stock for sale, and that's just proving it hard to put pressure upwards on prices. Next up in the auction market, so sales snapshot for this week, just a couple of random auctions that happened. So first up in Auckland, we had 40 Sayegh Street in St Heliers. Sophisticated mid-century gem, 3 beds, 2 baths, short walk to the beach, immaculately refurbished. This was marketed by Paula Holford from Bayleys Auckland Central, sold under the hammer at auction for 1.97 million. And then down in the Hawke's Bay, we've got 143 Terrace in Taradale, poised private and premium lifestyle living, 4 beds, 2 baths on about 2,800 square metres, elevated position, stunning gardens, modern home built in 2008. This one was marketed by Sarah Knight and Rochelle Lambert from Bayleys Napier, sold under the hammer at auction for 1.56 million. So 2 good sales there, and just shows that we are getting that momentum back in the auction room. Next up, going offshore. So a little bit of news on office to residential conversions. So CRE Daily reporting that the delivery of office to residential conversions in the United States has hit nearly 71,000 units, which is roughly 3 times the number from 3 years ago, which is obviously a big uplift. So big picture there is that we've got this combination of housing shortages, but also aging office buildings. And so tie those together and do some conversions. On paper that looks good, but the difficulties are things like high construction costs, zoning issues, and slow approvals. And that's themes that sound like they're from New Zealand, but they're actually from the States. So interesting market there, and good to see a little bit more activity happening through there. Finally, to wrap up, property of the week, right? And we've got two sort of contrasting choices. First is a big commercial opportunity in Auckland. So we've got 2 and 3 Flower Street and 40 to 52 New North Road. So substantial Eden Terrace add value opportunity, 4,400 square metres of commercial space across 7,000 square metres of land. Prime position right on the doorstep of the City Rail Link Mungafo station. So this is the old Mount Eden station. If you want to learn more about this one, contact Cameron Malhurst, James Weir or Lane Harwood from Bayleys Commercial. Down in Wellington, we've got a bit of a classic character home. So we've got 25 and 23A Military Road in Boulcott in Wellington. Prestigious home in section and prime locations. So 1,500 square metres across 2 titles, including a subdivided section. Grand residence with 5 beds and 2 baths, beautiful grounds, just a really stunning property. If you want to learn more about this one, contact Jerry Waddington or Matt Horrigan from Bayleys Lower Hutt. With that said, we'll wrap it up here. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next week.